Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
It's the Thaunties. So it must be Thauntie Thursday.
What it do?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in for another episode with the Thaunties out of Louisville, Kentucky. The hot, vibrant, fun, new talk show that tackles life, relationships, love, and gives expos to Black-owned businesses in Louisville. I'm your co-host, Fee.
I'm Mika J.
And I'm Foxay.
And this week we get the Kellys. The Kellys are in the building. James and Kenetha. What's up, y'all?
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Wonderful.
Look at you, baby. You got Thauntie written all over you.
Come on now.
Thauntie. Yes. Thanks so much for being here on our
Thank you all
show.
for inviting us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah. So today, because really we're here and talking with family. Because y'all family.
Right. Right. From the beginning.
Yes, we are family. But when y'all saw who came out with a talk show, and you heard it was a Thaunties. Like, what did y'all like? A Thauntie? What y'all think a Thauntie was?
Well, I thought immediately the aunties. And I was like, that was a nice little, cool way to put it together. But then as I said it a few times,
That's not what they're saying.
you're right.
It's not what they mean either.
That's not what they mean. Look, I knew you, so I knew it was a hot one. So it was a vibe. The first thing I thought about was y'all coming together was gonna be a vibe.
Yeah.
And, again, just bringing real life stuff
Yeah.
that people are gonna, want to hear. So it's dope, and y'all definitely been doing it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
that.
that. Yeah, because a lot of people do ask, and a lot of people do say the aunties, or and a lot of people at home, y'all probably saying, "Well, shoot, what is a Thauntie?" Well, a Thauntie is a term of endearment for a mature, confident woman with a turn up in her spirit.
Come on, turn up in your spirit.
Turn up in your spirit.
Bring our community.
Work hard is right even harder.
Yes, together.
As we commune together.
Yeah. But it's so good to have a couple. Is this like the first married couple?
Really?
Well, no, Howard and Tara were here.
Oh, yeah,
Howard
Howard
But they
was
were as a couple.
Yeah.
He was giving us some
He was
gambling
giving
advice.
Gambling tips.
No, gambling advice. Yeah. I guess in there is a
Gambling
little.
and betting are the same, right?
Yeah.
Gambling and betting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
it
much.
is.
It is. But you all, it's so good to have a husband and wife. And a lot of times it's just us, and we give our opinion, or we don't have maybe a single male, so you can't give an opinion. But to have you guys as a married couple to give some pointers and to share how it is being in love and in business and entangled, all the things together.
Okay,
All the things together.
that is it.
Real talk.
The entanglement.
Yeah, so introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are James
And Kenetha.
Kelly, right here from Louisville, Kentucky as well. And born and raised, I'm a son of the city, and she is a daughter. And we've been actually dating since we were kids. And
Really?
yeah,
16,
been married
I was
now
19.
20 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just celebrated our 20th year anniversary. last week.
Congratulations. Black love.
For sure. Yeah, and longevity. So we celebrated in
Yeah.
Spain, and it was a far cry from where we began.
Right. Right.
So, but it's a beautiful thing. We have 4 children
We do.
and a plus
We have
one.
4 adults now.
4, yeah.
Adulting.
I like to call them grown ages.
Yeah, okay, grown age.
Because
age.
they
I like that.
biologically they're grown, but they still
They
are
still
little
need
babies.
all the stuff they need.
We can be
I like
here all night.
on that topic alone.
Yeah, because they grow up, sooner than they're capable of being responsible.
That part.
Especially when you've been taking care of them for so long.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and trying to be able to do both is just it's a challenge.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it really is when we take care of them like we take care of them.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we take care of them like we take care of them, we kind of
hinder them. Hinder them. Yes, we do.
I would say that we were probably more prepared to come out into the world.
Oh,
than
absolutely.
We were,
Absolutely.
we were. We weren't coddled
Even
the
though
way
they're
we do.
like, probably way more educated than we
Educated,
were.
all that stuff.
Way more
Yeah.
resources, way more
Yes.
access.
Way more techie and
Yeah.
all the things. But yeah, we
We were prepared.
we
though,
were
because
definitely
it was
more
a force.
mentally prepared.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
force.
Yeah.
Like, you had to get out here and
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'd agree. So we have 4 biological children, and then we have our godson Jake.
Yeah.
He is 12, and he keeps us going.
He does.
I bet he does.
He's
We love the
young,
Jake.
huh?
He keeps
Oh
us
my
young.
God!
Yeah.
So it gives that refreshing into life, and it's almost like a grandchild, which we don't have any yet. We're
No.
excited.
Oh,
So.
wait.
So Jordan, Jalen, Jador, Gabrielle, and then Jacob came along,
Okay.
and he just added this completion to the family.
Literally.
Yeah.
So it's been
He
amazing.
became all of our children. Like he has 5 parents. 6 parents.
Everybody together.
Everybody's a parent. So
Yeah, so but it's been a beautiful thing. That's us. We've connected to the community through neighborhood, through
Church.
right?
Yeah.
And, shout out to 4-7.
I was gonna say, that's how I know y'all.
Right.
Back in the day, that's how I know y'all.
Come on now, right? Choir
Good old
and
Jimmy
all the
Anderson.
things, right? And team rap. So,
And team
but that's how we
rap.
got connected to the family
Yeah.
and the neighborhood, and just being out and about, man.
Southern High School brought us all together.
For sure.
All
Yeah.
y'all and then I kind of anyway.
Yeah.
All them.
But yeah,
Them
that's
male girls love Southern High School
I
dudes
don't
too.
know.
I'm a city girl. A red skin.
Red skin. Where'd you go?
I'm from Russellville.
Okay, Russellville.
Yeah, I'm a
Gotcha.
country girl.
Country.
Country girl from the city.
Yeah.
The city girl,
Country
from the
girl.
country. Country girl from the country.
Country feed.
Yeah. Now see that, James. Now see.
I'm saying you started off before we got on camera. I'm saying cut up a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Red jeans and white
Red
red
jeans and white.
and Smith.
I am not.
Crazy.
Not today. I'm not doing
But I see y'all out shining. Y'all always on a trip. You know,
yeah.
looking good, living good. What's the secret?
Long life
Mm.
and the satisfaction of knowing and loving one another and continuing to push. So,
Yeah.
we ain't no time to slow down.
It's not.
No, it's
It's
We got
not.
too much to accomplish, too much that we want to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Too much, you know what I'm saying? We've seen so much, but there's still so much more.
Right.
So there's no stopping. And it ain't even a secret because we try and bring everybody along.
Well, good. Which brings me into my next question. I want to know more about y'all's business.
All right. Okay.
And what y'all do.
God, what don't we do at this point?
Give us the rundown. Give us the backstory.
Yeah.
Give us an intro, because I'm not sure a lot of people might not know about your
For
company.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, most people probably know us from the hair industry. So I was a barber.
Hairstylist.
Kenetha was a stylist when we actually first got together, and that was our claim to fame. Like everybody in the neighborhood knew that this is what I did since I was 13. So you need a fresh cut. Guess what? You was coming to Shim to get that get that clean one. And so that's really was my calling card. And Kenetha got involved in styling just a little bit later. But then we opened our own businesses coming out of college at the University of Louisville, and she went to UK, and we started our businesses, and that's what really helped us to intertwine beyond church into the community as business owners, and we did that for a few years, and that was a passion. Of course, I know you loved being in the barbering arena, right? I mean,
Oh,
being in the
yeah.
arena.
When it came to hair, I considered myself one of the best that ever do it out in these streets.
I know. That's right. Get the flick of the wrist.
Come on now. This is the flick of the wrist. So I still got a few, flicks going on in
That's
there.
right.
Nice Marcella too. And,
Yeah.
People don't
so
even use those no more.
well, they should.
The real ones do. The real ones
Exactly.
do.
The Thaunties
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't know what a lower sale is, right?
You're
Get
not
us
a
up
thought.
afterwards.
You're not a Thauntie. Go lay down. Go lay down.
He ain't go to bed. He ain't go to bed. That's what you tell kids.
He ain't gonna be. I love it.
Marketing.
I love it.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
So what's the name of y'all's current business?
Yeah. So we work with a company as consultants called Legal Shield, and we've been with the company now 21 years.
Yep.
Oh wow.
We were introduced through the barbershop, just connections, and again, it was a college friend of mine that introduced us to the concept of network marketing, and changed our lives.
Yeah.
And it changed
We had
everything.
no
Gave us
clue.
had no idea that we were about to alter the course of our legacy, which is the name of our company,
Living the Legacy.
Enterprises. So, but that's what we're all about: is empowering, education, and then making sure that people have the ability to not only touch this generation but future generations as well.
Yeah, that was
I
one of
love
the
it.
highlights when we first got started with this business. It was the fact that when it came to social injustices, I originally started UK to be an attorney, and so kind of, veered off that path slightly and ended up in the hair industry. But I saw it come back around full circle of being able to give access to affordable access to attorneys. In the palm of your hand, or if you had a phone, you could have, and an app, then you could have access to an attorney. And it just made sense as a small business owner. We had definitely had time and time again situations to where we have been taken advantage of from landlords and clients and vendors and all the things. And it was just, well, don't use that person anymore. Well, no, you know what I'm saying? There was some legal ramifications that could have been taken, but we just didn't know how or
who to contact. Right.
I couldn't call my uncle, who was a criminal attorney, not one more time.
But like, don't handle that.
I can't handle that.
That is not it.
That's not for me. Did they kill you?
So yeah, it was just time to do something different. And as a business owner, it was something that was highlighted for me. I was like, yeah, I need this. And if I need it, I felt like everybody else did too.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Yeah.
we went.
So of course there's tons of network marketing and multi-level marketing companies. Why Legal Shield?
Yeah.
It was our first introduction.
Yeah, it was. I had heard
First and
of
only.
other things that were, where people were doing it that was non-traditional, but it wasn't introduced as a business opportunity. It was a hustle,
Yeah.
right? It was like, man,
Right.
here's what you can do to flip money versus an actual legitimate business opportunity with a real product and service that we felt like could make a difference for people in their lives. And at 27, as a black man in today's tough society, I knew that if I didn't have a seat at the legal table, I'd probably continue to be on the menu.
That was
So
good.
Legal Shield gave us a seat at the table, and then they told us that we could start pulling up a seat for other people.
Yeah.
And that was something that we found value in because our community, and we all know somebody in our family that have been affected negatively, whether it be child support, whether it be, anything criminal with the people who were in pharmaceutical sales or whatever it was. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. All the way up to people who were business owners and doing things the right way, but still having challenges because they were being taken advantage of. So Legal Shield was a thing that separated itself because it allowed us to be able to, it was a brand that we could put our name behind. We felt like our name was a strong name in the community already.
Right.
Yeah.
And on top of that, when you're talking about multi-level marketing companies, I didn't know Tupperware, Avon, Mary Kay, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know all those companies were a network marketing company. And so, once we actually kind of got in the industry and started figuring it out, I was like, oh, okay. I wouldn't not be proud to be an Avon lady or a Mary Kay lady or, supporting those. Because I've had plenty of Skin So Soft.
Yeah.
So all those things, I was like, so why is there such a negative, connotative or stigmatism around our industry? And so for me, it was like, I knew I needed it, and I didn't care what anybody else had to say. I was going to shout it to the rooftop if you needed it, or if I thought you needed it, or your son or your daughter, you was going to hear about Legal Shield.
Good.
Sure.
Which that goes right into a hot topic. And this is like what we
hot
like
topic.
to do. Drop it like a Thaunties. Because you drop it like a thought. I mean, not a thought.
What is going on?
It didn't come out.
Not a
Hold on for a
thought.
second.
Hey, but you know what? I do think that there is a time and place for thoughtiness.
Come on now.
I think it is a time and place.
It's a time and place to be a thought. It's a time and place.
I think it's a time and place.
Yeah.
I got a few. I know a few of them. I'm saying, go ahead.
Wait a minute.
Few places.
It's okay. Some place should be a thought.
It might have been a thought in Spain. I don't know.
I saw her wig in Spain. She was definitely a thought. Definitely a thought in Spain. Definitely a thought. I saw the wig. I saw the wig and gave you away.
Oh my God.
It gave me me away, man. I was the whole time.
We were in palace.
Literally, the palace was nice. As a matter of fact, opening up our bedroom, to the balcony, and it was just nothing but fresh air, Mediterranean Sea, and you know,
you was fine the whole day. She was fine the whole trip. Who are you tonight? Thotty K. Thotty K.
But you tell no lies.
That's okay.
Yeah, but sometimes you do gotta drop it, and that's
Yes,
what we
you
do every Thursday when we talk about hot topics. So one hot topic I wanted to bring up because I've seen both sides of multi-level marketing, and like sometimes it seems real scamish. Like, and I know people who kind of scammed, or maybe people just didn't work right, and it looked like a scam. So how do you, as you grow your business, how do you fend off those negative connotations of your business?
Yeah.
He's probably gonna go real particular. I'm gonna keep it real surface because at the end of the day, it's all about, for me, who you know, and who you're connected to. And in every situation, in every market, in every industry, there's going to be some folks that don't keep it real, some folks that try to get around to do it as quick as they can to make some quick, fast money.
That was always my problem. I need it right now.
I need it right now. And it's so funny that when it comes to a business opportunity like multi-level marketing, we need it right now, but we'll work our jobs for 30 years and not get the what's due. So we're not expecting anything fast from the job, but with this business over here that could legitimately set your family up for something different, we wanted to pay out right now. So it's kind of unfair, you know what I'm saying, with the reputation that we have in the community and in the country, or in the world, really. But, and then honestly, you do have some scams out here. Legal Shield just ain't one of them. So you're talking about 50 years of, 51 years, as a matter of fact, it'd be 52 years of a company that's been around and in every single country. And how can you have, doing it right, and how can you have illegal legal plans? And that's, you know, one of our claim to fame, like being able to know that this isn't something that we're just out here trying to figure out, and it's legitimately, you know, legitimized by the attorney generals of every state. And if it wasn't, then guess what? We wouldn't be in business ourselves. We wouldn't be able to be out here. So yes, are there scams out there? Absolutely. We get called all the time based on, you know, the amount of people that we have within our organization. Why don't you come over and do X, Y, Z? Well, if you can't pay all of us like you want to pay us, then we can't go anywhere. And again, our name is bond, and our word is bond, our integrity. So it's just not like we're just out here trying to do anything. I love Legal Shield. I ain't going nowhere.
What's the first thing you all think of? I mean, you actually said exactly what I would have said, because the first thing that people think about when they think of sales, if you think about car sales, what's the first thing you think of when you say car sales? Sleazy. Sleazy. But when you go to purchase a vehicle, you probably have never worked with a sleazy car salesman. You worked with somebody who had your best interest at heart, put you in the right vehicle, you were happy with the experience, but the connotation is it's somebody that's trying to get over on you. But the industry itself really is legitimate people who are working hard every day, 12 hours a day, to make sure that people like you get the ride of their life. You understand what I'm saying? So just like network marketing, there are some sleazy car salesmen. Just like there's some sleazy people out here doing business that are in different arenas, no matter what they're selling. Network marketing gets a bad rap because there's people like that. And when people get that experience, they think the whole industry is that way.
They're throwing the baby
But
away
when you
with
think
the
about
bathwater.
network marketing, when you all first heard about it, talk to me.
Well, so I've, well, of course, I signed up to do Mary Kay.
Okay.
But I signed up just because I wanted some free makeup.
Thank you.
But of course, I was working full time, so I didn't get to really work the plan. I signed up for Team National. And so I think because the representative who brought me in, like they told me how quick they made money, so I expected it. So maybe they set unfair expectations. And then,
But did they set unfair expectations, or did you assume?
Well, I just knew what they told me, like how quickly they moved up and the things that
you can move up that fast if you're hustling like that.
And also too, and let me ask you this: do you find it hard? Because when I did sign up, like I was trying to get all my friends together, people to present to, they the ones that never had time for a meeting. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard. I think that I was depending on my immediate circle, and then kind of to branch out, when you just got to look outside of people within you, because strangers support you.
Yeah.
And so maybe I didn't, and then at that point I'm just like, whatever, you know, because it was taking too long.
Again,
So, yeah.
again,
It was
you get
taking
your
too
job
long.
all the time in the world,
All
but
the
your
time in the
business,
world.
it has a time frame. and
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Exactly. But you know, but I would say that I never, neither one of them, I had a bad experience. But I think the connotation comes because people associate it with pyramid and Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
So,
And all those are just education. It's helping
Yep.
people to understand what the difference is between something that's not legitimate and what something is, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you all. You've been awfully quiet over it. I need
She's always
Yeah,
quiet.
come on.
she's observant, and then she'll go,
Right, exactly. They should come out. Right. But I will address that. I'd love to hear from you. Go right ahead.
So I really don't have anything negative to say about, you know, the networking industry. But what I will say is that what people don't know is that I think that they may look at the Kellys right now and be like, oh my God, like they got all this stuff. And if they look at it and say, you know, oh, they're doing so well, let's get into it because they can do so well. But listen, I knew him. Listen, he would be like late to the games at Ramsey, talking about, oh, I had a meeting with Legal Shield. And me and Sean were like, Legal Shield, oh, okay, all right.
yeah.
But I'm talking about, you know how long ago that was when Sean went to Ramsey Middle School.
Yeah.
So that's like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10,
At
almost
least.
12 years ago now. Like, so he's been in it. They've been in it for a long time. And so just like they said, you got to make it work. You have to work it. And it'll prove to be good. So that's all I have to say. I really don't have anything negative though.
I think it's a great perspective, right? Because a lot of people will see the level of success we're having now, and they'll think that number one, that I can have that level of success day one.
Day one. That's what
That
people
would be
want.
like saying
Microwave.
somebody who is in nursing could be a high-level nurse their first year when somebody's been doing it 15 years. It's you got to put your time in any business endeavor. But what people don't understand, even about us, is social media now makes people think that we're just now having this type of success. When we've been having success for a very long time because we were willing to put in the work that other people weren't willing to put in.
That's good.
When we first got started. And I just think, just like Sean, and there's a lot of people coming out of this city that said, well, man, I'm as good as Sean, but they didn't put in the work.
Right.
The way he did in order to be able to get his NBA shots the way that he's gotten them, right? So again, the thing I love most about what it is that we do, again, is education, to help people understand at every level there is a value to any person that wants to be a part of our industry, as long as you're willing to do the things necessary in order to be successful. And that's any business. I could have been a good barber if I wasn't willing to show up.
That's true.
Barbers today say, look, I want to put in 2 hours a week and I want to make $1,000. Like, it ain't gonna work, bro. Like, it just, we were sitting there 12 hours a day and I might have cut 3, but I was there 9 extra hours to build my clientele. So I brought that work ethic into the industry that I was moving in. You see what I'm saying? And so some people, they want microwave success. They say, I don't want to be a part of it, get rich quick. But then as soon as they don't get rich quick,
oh yeah,
Right.
that's
they're like, oh, I can't do it.
I'm saying, I need to slip real fast because I'm gonna give it to you and I'm gonna need it back. I'm gonna need it to do some flips and come back to me in about 48 hours.
You mentioned something earlier about sharing it with your friends and family members. And with us, of course, that's the first thing they ask you to do. In any type of a business aspect, they want you to write a list of the people that you know. And your friends and family are the people that you know and you trust and you want to share your change and experience with. But they also know you. They knew the hairstylist Kenetha, they knew the Sunday school Kenetha, they knew the choir director Kenetha, and they knew the kind of home Kenetha.
Why
did he dig so deep? He's so toxic.
Oh my goodness.
All right, but
It's true.
The kind of homes could need to make you to be up here with some bling down.
Yes.
He's like, he like that. He like project girls.
They got you in the
She likes project girls.
He like them from the project. Matter of fact, he like a project.
Ooh, that was a
I ain't never
good.
needed no help.
Hey,
That's a project.
Not at all. But you know, being able to have those family members, you know, help you build that tough skin.
Yeah.
Because they didn't always believe in the things that you believed in, and so we had to see past what our family couldn't see because they hadn't seen what we saw.
Right.
They didn't go to the conferences. They didn't meet the mentors. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have millionaires pouring into them mentorship every single day or once a week or however often it needed to be in order for us to be successful. And sometimes believing more in us than we believed in ourselves at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and so when you had those individuals, it's tough to come back and hear the negativity of the family and not know who you are.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that in a mentor, if you're just thinking it's about the dollars, because it's not. We've grown leaps and bounds. Like we are not the James and Kenetha that started this business 21 years ago.
Right.
So which year would y'all say y'all really was like, you know what, we doing this. We balling.
Oh God, year one.
Year
came
one
out
you
the
was
gate,
balling?
year
See,
one.
people, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all tell people you balling at the year one.
Year
and
one.
that's what people expect.
But like they said, though, they put in the work.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to put in the work. Yeah.
I mean, we knew that for me, it was, okay, there was a young lady who was our mentor at the time. She was much younger than us. Matter of fact, she was still in college. And so here we are, parents of kids. And she had made an extra $30,000. Damn. Hiding her car from her dorm room. When she didn't have money to start the business, hiding her car at the strip joint that's down the little club around the corner at Trixie's. So she was hiding her car, she made the money, and I thought, if that child, if that little girl can do that, I know I can with the amount of people that I know.
Right.
Surely we could have success and help other people have success. And then the NIMS let us know, it ain't something I want to do. Y'all go on with that little illegal. Yeah, mama and them, auntie and them, all the NIMS. All the NIMS.
Sean and Tiffany and them.
Tiffany, Sean and Tiffany and them.
We're not part of it, right? It's not because you didn't ask us.
No, because you asked everybody.
I'm just being real. I'm not like we weren't talking about you guys or nothing, but we
He
were just
came
like,
to everybody.
Yeah, it ain't for everybody.
It ain't.
Because if it was, then guess
Then
what?
everybody would be
You wouldn't-
doing it.
Exactly. Everybody would be doing it and having that level of success as well. And so
But
we
it would also
understood
be
that early on.
unfair when you find something that is literally changing your life.
To not share it. Right. Yeah.
The challenge is we get emotionally attached to people's responses.
Right.
Just because you don't want to change what you're doing, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times people take other people's responses as what they should be feeling about what they're working on. And I'm telling any entrepreneur right now, you cannot buy into what other people's belief systems are just because God is giving you a vision for where you and your family are supposed to go.
Right.
Now you share it with them,
That's
and if
good.
they don't see it, you're supposed to keep moving
That
based
part.
on what it is that you're supposed to be doing.
Because that
You
wasn't their
understand what I'm
dream.
saying?
That's
That
your
wasn't their
dream.
dream.
It wasn't their dream.
It was not a conference call. It was a one-on-one.
There you go. It was not a conference call.
Yeah.
But it's our responsibility
Yes.
to share with people
I agree.
within our community that there are ways to get to the place that they're trying to go. It's up to them to choose.
And a
where
legal
they
way.
wanna go. And
Yes.
a legal way.
And a legal way.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. So,
Yes.
And a legal way.
So that's a part of it. Yeah.
So being a strong husband and wife team, what is y'all's strategy and process for getting things done?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, our beginning strategy was go individually. James had an opportunity to do a training at one of our conferences with Legal Shield and at a men's event, and I ran the women's event. And so his training was called Competition versus Completion.
Completion versus competition.
Okay, excuse me. Completion versus competition.
CSC.
And Jim, get it together. But my point in bringing it up was because before then, we were competitive in business. Not necessarily that we would just start out the day with, oh, I want to beat him, but I started out the day with, oh, I want to beat him. You know what I'm saying? I want to call more people. I want to get in more homes. I want to recruit more people. I want to talk. You know what I'm saying? I want to do just as much because I see this vision for our family as well.
Yeah.
And James has a funny story, I'm sure he'll tell at some point, about how we actually hit one of the top positions of the company. And well, I'll start it out since I'm already there.
All right.
We were.
I can already see how the dynamic works because y'all, it's a push and a pull, as Tiffany would say. Like, y'all just play off of each other.
We do.
I think after you've been together so long, and especially as long as y'all have,
Agreed.
that you do that. Like, and
Agreed.
you're at a different. We're so much older now.
Oh,
You're just
gosh.
at a
We're
different
so much.
mindset now.
That is not even worth all of it.
Yeah.
32
Yeah.
years,
Agreed.
right?
Yeah.
32 years, we have definitely learned to, operate differently. But this
Choose
is
our
a
battles.
But even
Yeah.
32 years, I love how Kenetha looks at you.
Yeah.
But he looks at her
always.
the same way.
Yes.
He looks at her the exact
Yes.
same way.
Yes.
Oh,
I
that's making
think I just keep noticing Kenetha because I'm fixated on those glasses. But yeah.
Let me take them out.
No, I love how you
What was
look
that?
at
Deep
him.
vision. Thank you, girl. Get me together. Get me
I
together.
love how you look at him. When y'all look at each other, like,
That's what's up.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Even then, the look was there, but it wasn't as intense because I still had to see who he was becoming versus who he was.
That part.
And I think that's different. Throughout the years, we kind of hold each other, even like as the family and the NIMS. I can't continue to hold you to the person that you were 10 years ago. When we decided to get back together, I had to relearn who he was. His favorite color wasn't brown anymore.
All us Scooby-Doo turn me on brown.
I really like brown.
Brown ain't the move.
Brown ain't it. And so it was literally, taking time out to figure out who he was and who I wanted to be with him and who I wanted him to be with me, and allowing that to change throughout the years and develop. So even in the beginning, when we first got started with this business and we were looking to hit certain positions we hadn't hit in so long, it was like, what is going on? We are doing all the things they say.
She says so long. She means 9 months.
Yeah, it
so
was 9
it was long to us.
But that is a long
It
time.
was what you were saying.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted the success to happen quick because there were other success stories that had happened in 3 months.
Right,
4 months.
exactly. And you
why
know
ours
you the
taking
shit.
so long?
Exactly.
Come on.
You expect
And I
it.
knew this should
Yes.
have already been happening for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
But it was God's timing.
There you
That's all
go.
it is.
As
It's all it
well.
is.
There you go.
So we actually, he came to me and he said, I'm going to go executive director and you handle the wedding. Because we were getting
I had
married.
just proposed. And
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So, and I said, well, no.
You handle the wedding.
She was like, you can't.
You ain't the boss of me.
do that. Right. I'm not gonna allow you, right? It's what you were just talking about.
Allow it.
The allow. Wait a minute.
It was the allow. I was basically saying that we started this venture together and I want us to hit that position together because that was a big deal in our company. And so I didn't want him to go doing it without me.
I feel you.
Not that he couldn't do it without me, but all he heard, Mr. Competitive heard,
That's not what she said.
Challenge.
That's not right, exactly. You can't do that, is what she's saying. That's the exact words. I remember this thinking 3 years later. You can't do that. And that's
not
all
what
it
she
is.
meant,
That's
Cheryl.
That's not what
meant.
she meant.
She's calling me Shim, like real. Like, what you meant, Shim? Nobody out there
Thank you,
knows
Pete.
me. Right?
Bring him back down.
All his brains said was challenge.
Right. And it literally was a challenge.
It
and I did
is,
not
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
But that
I
goes
know.
to, when we're young, our mindset is very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I needed it though. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she's always been a catalyst for the complexity of who I am. You understand what I'm
The
saying?
catalyst for
And so-
complexity.
Y'all might want to write that down.
Good.
Tell you your Scooby-Doo, baby, you the catalyst to my complexity.
I like it.
Yeah, so, and y'all so crazy.
What is in our water?
Hey, listen. The only two people. Alcohol.
Only 2 people.
Thank God they not drinking.
It's Diddy water.
Diddy
water.
I don't want Diddy water.
Keep on wanting Diddy water.
I didn't want it.
You done turned you into
Nobody
strawberry
wants Diddy
lemon.
water. That's the whole thing. Nobody knows that Nobody.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
So
sorry,
to
babe.
finish the thought,
yes.
that was a challenge that she didn't know that she was conveying that I needed to elevate my game in that season. Right. So we got the goal accomplished. We got married. We were able to, go off to Las Vegas and walk across the stage for the first time in front of 10,000 people. To
Oh,
sing.
what year was that? How many
This was
years in?
2004. 1 year.
Okay.
So y'all was 1 year in. So y'all started in 03.
Started in 03,
That's
2004.
right. Y'all did it.
Yep. So we were the newlyweds from Kentucky.
Yep.
And so to answer the question though, as we strategize in business, because again, we can talk about all the good stuff, like it provokes something good. But when you've got two people doing any one thing, whether it be marriage, business, raising children, two heads of anything is a monster.
It's a monster.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that's why the Thaunties is gonna blow up. We got 4.
Exactly.
We got 4
Yeah.
amazing
But you got
brains.
4 people who know how to play their role.
That's
See, I'm
the
watching y'all
part.
flow
Yeah,
right
that's the
now
part.
tonight. It ain't nobody trying to jockey for position. But
Yeah.
when we were younger, we were jockeying for position. Right? And if
I didn't
we
want
had
him to
a
have
whole
more
bunch
credit than me. And
we had a whole bunch of time, but it was relationship. Network marketing isn't something that you can turn off. Like you take it home.
Yeah, it's on every day.
Absolutely.
You live it.
Yeah, you live your business.
Yeah.
And so we were learning how to build our marriage and relationship at the same time as build a business.
That's
And
tough.
we came in with
very
baggage.
Oh, that's tough.
We came in with baggage. She's a type A personality, if you haven't known.
Shout out to the top 8 ladies.
It's a
lot of
And if you have a man that doesn't know how to
Handle that.
right to calm
Yeah, I
your
agree.
storm
Yeah.
without quenching your fire.
Woo! You know what, shit? You better preach. I want you to go home and write a quote book.
Damn, preach.
Say it again.
Say it again.
If you don't know how to calm the storm without quenching her fire,
Cause don't try and put my fire out, baby.
Because I'm
gonna let it burn.
but you're gonna be in constant conflict. But also for the woman, you have to understand that when you're dealing with a man, the man doesn't always want to feel the burn of that fire that you bring to the table.
Say
And
that
she had
again.
to-
Say that again.
You understand what I'm saying? He don't always want to feel that fire that you give into the rest of the world when you were solo and single.
That part.
When you have a covering, you can learn to turn the temperature down.
I'm gonna stop this conversation right now.
Go ahead and
Let me
apologize.
tell you what. Let me tell you what. Let me go on and tell you what I see in this conversation. Y'all might want to do a marriage conference.
Yes.
I'm not even playing. Have you considered that?
People have said, and we have not.
And we've operated in that.
Yeah,
haven't
we
done a
operated as far as
conference.
counseling
Yeah.
and other couples.
I
and
think
things
y'all
like
need
that.
to do
really
it.
think
Y'all
about
need to do
that.
I
it.
appreciate
Yes.
And I think y'all
Good
should do
idea.
opposite. Like I think you should talk to the women.
Yes.
You should talk to the men.
Yes.
Cause we
I don't know.
it.
like, after lunch,
come together.
After lunch, you can
20 minutes. I surely get 20 minutes. The ladies will be like,
He left. Exactly.
y'all got us messed up.
No, and I'm a soother these days.
yes, I can tell in your soft voice. Yeah, but I love it. I think it is amazing.
Yes.
How y'all move and you moving together.
Thank you.
And all the things, but here's the thing: when our drinks get real low,
You got to get another one.
Well,
we do, we do, we
You
do
do.
need another one,
You
and
need
we
another.
may. But we go on to Ask the Thauntie.
Come on,
Okay.
man.
And that's usually when we do hot seat questions.
Okay, hot seat.
Or, people are sending us in questions and want our Thauntie's opinion.
That's what's up.
But today, because, we all kind of church babies around here.
We are.
So
We are.
I want to pose this to the entire group. So,
I don't
a
know.
Thauntie favorite.
A Thauntie favorite.
What you did?
I don't know. I want y'all's opinion. So, Pastor Keon,
Oh, yes, he is my
I love
favorite.
Henderson.
Keon Henderson.
Yes.
he made a statement that says, there's no blessing in giving to the poor. Giving to the poor will only benefit them, not the giver. Multiplication only applies to tithes and offerings. Church babies, what's y'all's thought?
Wow.
What's your thought? go.
That's long.
What's your boo?
That's
So
very
here
loaded.
is my, because I have not heard this sermon, and I think that a lot of times people take things out of context. If we don't know, I'm not going to offer an opinion because I don't know the full context behind that line or whatever. So I'm going to plead the fifth.
That's sweet.
Not that that's weak.
Say, you know what? I got rights in America.
I'm gonna exercise. Oh, my right.
That's sweet. So what do y'all think, church babies?
Go
Say that again. What did he say?
He said
Say it one
that
more
giving to the
time.
poor only helps the poor. It doesn't help the giver. The only way the Lord will bless you, multiply what you give, is if you give your tithe and offering.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
To sum it up.
It's actually biblical.
Right.
Yeah.
But I ain't going
ahead.
there. No, I agree in not knowing the full context
Thank you.
of the
We all agree.
Well, you said what you said.
He said what
He said what he said.
He said what he
The
said,
Pope
but
said what he
But he
said.
thank you. The Pope said what he said. He said some other stuff before it and some other stuff after.
Yeah, so
Like,
we don't
we're
really
just,
know.
But I do agree with context of it in regards to giving to the poor. Because, and then it could be whatever poor circumstance.
Yeah.
A poor mindset, that does benefit them because you're giving. And when anytime you're giving out of oneself, you can't be receiving if you're giving, if there's output, if there's flow going in the opposite direction. So the other day we were talking about, or my husband's one of his favorite quotes is, collaboration is the new currency. And when you're talking about currency and all the different storms and stuff that's happening, I'm looking at the trajectory of this new storm that's getting ready to come through the Gulf and how the arrows and the winding of, and so there's certain directions that things flow. And when you're giving out to poor or a poor situation, how can you benefit from that situation?
Yeah.
In my opinion of the quote. But when it comes to a tithe and an offering,
I was gonna say we mentioned
receiving-
tithe and offering, so we know we talking about money.
So we know we're talking about money.
We know we talking about money.
We
Yeah. Well, I think there's a complexity there
Okay.
because, even Christ,
The master teacher said, "The poor you shall have with you always."
Always.
Right.
And in that context, he was saying, okay, there's something that's about to be given to me, and you're thinking, or the people around him are saying, why would y'all lavish him with all of this oil that you're putting on when there's so many poor people
Right.
out here? And he's saying there's certain moments when you're supposed to be giving
That's good, babe.
to the person who deserves it in that moment versus all the other people. And he said the poor are going to be out there always.
Yeah.
Right?
So you got to know the difference between when you're supposed to be giving to,
Show somebody your appreciation
Right.
because they've done what they've done for, and they deserve
that.
that time.
and when it's time to make sure that
Your giving goes to the people who need it the most because they always going to. If that's
Yes.
the case, you're going to be out of house and home. If you
Yeah.
constantly giving to people who
Right.
don't
Right.
have it. And there's some people out there on the corner right now.
That have it and
That-
just pretending they don't have
Yeah,
it.
they sitting out there in the corner saying, look, I work for food, but they ain't trying to work. They just trying to get you to give
Yeah.
them what they need for the day.
so you got to make sure that
Discernment.
you have,
you gotta have
ask
discernment.
for discernment. and pray for
Absolutely.
discernment. Bishop
But when it
Foxy,
comes to
what-
tithes and offerings, the last thing I was going to say is, oftentimes, though, this gets the conversation that most people don't really want to have,
is that the church has always been built off of tithes and offerings.
and many people misinterpret what those tithes and offerings really are supposed to be doing within the community. You ask yourself, man, all these churches, the church is the biggest taker of finances in America, in Black America.
Yeah.
$1 billion a year easy coming into the church. And many of these churches can't say they own the property that they sitting on.
Right.
Where's that money going?
Right.
I love the church. We come from the church.
Yeah.
But there is a complexity to what church has done as business and what church has done as ministry.
Right.
And so you got to be careful even when you're talking about, hey, look, giving is supposed to be tithes and
Right.
offerings
Yeah.
versus, because we've often given to people who need it the tithes that we were going to take to the
Yeah.
church.
To the church.
Yes.
Give
And
it.
the church sometimes might have conflict with
Yeah.
you doing what God has called you to do
Exactly.
versus doing what
Right.
you committed that
Exactly.
you're going to do for the
Right.
church.
Exactly.
It's a whole nother topic for a whole nother
Which was
time.
which was gonna be my point. Proverbs 19:17. Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and He will reward them for what they have done. So I don't think that just giving to the poor is useless. But I don't give to get stuff back.
Right.
Real talk.
Because I know the Lord can't pour anything into my hand if my hand is closed.
Right.
So
That's right.
you know,
Right.
I'm just
Yep.
cool
Yes.
with giving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bishop Foxy, what do you think?
Cool.
Yeah, that's for
Bishop
sure.
Fox.
that's for sure. Like, I am totally about giving, and it's biblical. When you give, you will receive.
Yeah.
Right, but he's not saying you won't, but he's saying you only do it if you give your tithes and offering. Like if you just go help somebody,
No.
like that's not gonna.
Nuh-uh. It's not that stipulation. It's not in the Bible where
Yeah,
it
that's
says if you don't get, if you give, you won't get it in return. If you give your tithes and offerings, that's not true. That's just not true. You should give tithes and offering, but at the same time, it's so biblical that even corporations have incorporated it. If they give
Yes.
to the poor, and their corporations just they grow and grow and grow and grow and grow because they give. Rich people, they keep getting richer and richer because they give to so many donations, to
Yeah.
so many different foundations,
Yeah.
all these charities. They give to everybody.
Yeah.
They give. You see those people that's putting on these GoFundMe things.
Yeah.
All kind of rich people give. They just keep giving.
Well, there's tax breaks for that too.
I was going to say that too.
No,
That's
so
really
But
about
it's a universal principle.
It's a universal
It's a
principle.
universal principle. It's not
And you
just
give.
biblical,
You
but
just
it's a
give.
universal
Yeah, and
principle.
that's why I feel I always give, because I just feel like it's better to give than receive.
Yeah.
And it's always gonna come back to you.
Absolutely.
It's coming back.
Absolutely.
Tenfold.
Whatever it is.
Tenfold.
It does,
A
tenfold.
100-fold.
Yeah.
What?
All the
Yes.
folks.
Flip it.
Agreed.
That's how you flip it.
And you
That's what you call a flip and a give back.
Yes. Running over.
Yeah.
That's right.
very,
Absolutely.
Very
Shall
much
be
so.
and give unto your bosom.
Yeah.
That's a good hot topic.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so thank
To all
y'all
the
so
church
much.
babies.
For all the church baby. We all church baby.
You know how many times we argued about tithes and offering at the barbershop? Like
I can
literally.
see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
seriously, it was
see
a
that.
hot topic in
Yeah.
the barbershop.
Yeah.
We was
Yeah.
on
I'm
the
just not
regular.
about to argue about giving to God.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
even.
not
not
up
arguing.
every morning.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm not arguing
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
think
argue
the
about it.
argument is, am I a better Christian if I take my 10% and give it to the church, or if I take my 10% and give it to this foundation for the
If you
youth?
don't go to
that-
church, then
You
go
won't.
get-
Do
give
what
to
you want
somebody
to
else.
do. Yeah.
Then
A
you
lot of
need
people
to
don't even
support.
have a covering. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so people who don't have a covering, and you don't go to a certain church, and you don't
Right.
appreciate a covering of a shepherd over you in your life and your family, then maybe you're not going to give to a church. I would say don't give your 10% to whoever, but are you really doing that? Are
Yeah.
you really just
Are
walking
you
around
really
giving out?
doing that?
Are you really
Right.
doing that? Are you really
Yeah.
walking around giving out $100, $200, $300? I don't know how much your 10% is. Are you doing that every day or throughout the week of every time you get paid? Are you really
Right.
doing it? You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, to each his own.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love y'all for being here.
I love y'all for inviting us.
Y'all are
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
Y'all are fun.
inspiring.
Thank you.
Like you
Yeah.
see your love, your go-gettedness, your shine, baby.
Shine, baby.
Everything
Bling
is
it.
so,
Bling it.
so inspiring. And we appreciate you for being on the Thaunties. And hopefully you've empowered somebody today to
Right.
maybe get in Legal Shield, get their money up.
Yeah.
Get your
Generational
money
wealth.
up.
Yeah.
You
Reach
know,
out.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely. But before we go, every week we always do a listen to your Thauntie. And this is where each of us take a real quick 30 seconds to give a gem or a nugget of wisdom to our viewers that might inspire somebody and help them along their way.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah. So, Shim, you've been preaching all night. You might as well go.
Start off the sermon.
Start the sermon.
Yes.
Come on, Pastor.
Man, that's, again, y'all so crazy. That's what it is. Is it preaching? Is that what I've been doing?
Hey, I got a word. I felt like I got this word on this Wednesday.
I definitely felt
Okay.
that you was putting
Yes.
nuggets out there.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You had a word for the people, baby.
Yes, you
I
did.
appreciate it.
And it was received.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a part of my passion. So what I would say for any entrepreneur or any person who is interested in having anything long term, like a long term love relationship, right? Like you got to give yourself fully.
That's good.
most of us, because we've been hurt, we won't fully, but we give partially.
That's right.
That's so true.
Right? Because we've been hurt, we don't feel like we can open ourselves up fully to love anymore.
Right.
And the only way you can truly feel love is if you open yourself up fully to be hurt.
Right.
Right? And then when you get with the right company, you get with the right person, then they cover those places
Yeah.
that you felt like you were hurting, and it allows you, right, to be able to heal personally while you're working together to reach whatever you have, collectively. So that's what I would say tonight. Just-
So good,
Yeah.
so good.
That was really good.
What you
was
got,
dope.
wifey?
Well, two things. I'll kind of collaborate based on what you were saying and being vulnerable and giving of oneself. My husband says all the time that once you know great is possible, great is possible, good is no longer an option. And so in it not being an option, when you have given out of yourself, it goes to me back to even the quote with Pastor Keon, in making sure that you're not just giving in one capacity, just to the poor.
Right.
And I want to give in all aspects of life.
That's right.
My friend Daritia Nickel transitioned great to be her third year away from me now, but she has a quote that says, the greatness in you is not for you, so who are you robbing?
Ooh,
That's right.
That's really
I
good.
love
It never was even for you.
Because it's
What
not
I
supposed
do-
to be.
What I do
Yeah.
on a daily basis is not for Kenetha.
Yeah.
So if I'm hoarding it for myself, to myself, not sharing it with the poor or the rich at this point,
Right.
then I've
You've done a
robbed them,
disservice.
done a disservice to my community, to my family,
And to yourself.
to myself.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
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 That's
That
good.
was-
Thank
my
you.
takeaway.
What about you,
Yeah.
Mix?
I would say, kind of like just piggybacking off of James, grace. I don't think that as people we give each other enough grace because, as he said, we all come broken. You may not realize that you're broken in a certain area, but some shape or form you've been broken. And as long as you give each other grace, I think that the world will be a better place.
Yeah, that's good.
I agree.
That's good.
So I was going to say, I've been kind of preaching this week, so
Go on and continue.
yeah.
Not yeah.
Yeah. So to whom much is given, much is required, right? So if you have a lot, you've been blessed abundantly, you have to give that same way. You have to live up to what your expectations are because you've been blessed to be able to do that, right? And so quit wishing that, wishing things away, wishing your life was better, wishing that you were better, and eat better, think better,
Right.
be better, and do better.
And do better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do better.
Just gratitude, right? Just show gratitude for people. Tell people, how much you appreciate them. You never know who needs to hear that. And just, thank the Lord every day for where you are, because where you are today, like, it's gonna probably get you to where you want to be 20 years from now, and where you are today also may be far light years ahead of where you were 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So just be thankful for where you are.
That's good.
Just
That was good.
Yeah, I know, right? It's all better living. Cheers to better living. Everybody's coming
Cheers to better living.
Here's to better living. Here's to better living. So, James and Kenetha, if people want to be a part of Legal Shield and be part of your business, or they want to reach out to you, how can they find you?
How can they find you, babe?
Yep. So James Kelly 2323 on Instagram. How can they find you, babe? She lives a very soft life.
Oh, give it up for the South Life. I'm here for all of that, baby. I'm here for all the South Life.
Absolutely. And actually, you can reach out to me directly. My phone number is 502-376-6201. We're here as coaches.
Just call them for business,
for
though.
business.
She might live a South Life, but she's back that life.
Oh, but she's about
Don't
that
get it
life.
twisted.
Hope's gonna come out that day. Call them for business. Oh, we calling for good deals.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm sorry. 376 866-201-5002.
As he repeats the number.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you can help people nationwide. You ain't got people nationwide.
We have business in all 50 states, including Canada. So,
All right, let's grow together. And y'all-
thank you all so much for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Thaunties,
you so
so much.
much.
Yes.
This is so dope.
Innovation.
Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So
And
we
so
got a
y'all
podcast we've been thinking about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, y'all should
fine.
definitely do it.
Yeah.
Y'all should definitely do it.
You should.
Yeah, you should definitely do it. You should definitely do it.
Yeah.
You should help us.
We Yeah. I'll be y'all's first patient because I need some coaching.
She said, I'll be your first patient.
I'm straight sick.
I love
I'm love sick.
Y'all crazy.
Yes, you.
Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to the Thaunties.
Yes.
Y'all know how to follow us, like, subscribe, share, comment. That's free to do that.
Free.
Because we ain't always going to be free.
We're not.
So please go ahead and support us while we free.
That part. And don't forget, Saturday, we are having a community event between us and Gracefully Broken, picking up the pieces. So if you know a family that is in need of maybe household items, gently used clothes or shoes, and some items are also new, we will be at Englehart Elementary between 10 and 2 p.m.
Yeah, so come out, support. Even if you don't know anybody, you might need something for yourself. Come, kick it with a Thauntie.
with us.
Oh, and also, like, people who like to do arts and crafts, you ain't even got need stuff, because I got, like, these, I hate mirrors on dressers. Let me just say that. So I'm taking off on a mirror. So I just got mirrors standing around, and I know somebody creative can do something amazing with them and put them in your house. So I'm all about repurposing. So even if you're not in the house,
vampire.
no, I just hate that they sit so big. You unscrew them.
I know.
But they just
What
so-
we doing with this dresser mirror?
But this thing, somebody creative.
Somebody
Should do something really cute with that. It ain't me, and I don't like it on the dresser.
Exactly.
Well, no, 4-length mirror me, please. Yeah.
You gotta ask all the right questions, man, to find out, right? Because she don't like the mirrors on the dresser.
I don't like it.
She likes it on the ceiling.
Hey,
Y'all
we
crazy.
figured out how to deal with it.
Hey, y'all, stop around with us next week. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Peace.